My favourite aisle in the grocery store is probably fruit and veg at the moment because avocado is my favourite food. We've been to Minnesota once before and unfortunately we drove in, played our show and then left straight away. But I remember that we had really yummy food. And today also we've had good food, so it's made a good impression. Really good comfort food. I can only speak a little bit of Japanese. My DJ and I we didn't play a show, we just went for fun. And there was this place that did vegan matcha pancakes and they're the most delicious thing we've ever eaten. And we want to go back just for the pancakes, that was our favourite. I've written and produced for other people, but nothing that's come out yet. I've done a bunch of sessions with the Veronicas, who are Australian pop icons, but I don't know if our song will come out, but fingers crossed. Oh, I haven't seen Jay and Silent Bob, the movie, but they're my favourite characters in Mallrats, so. I think the lyrics in Charlie are the best lyrics that I've written. I would love to wear, there's these Australian girls called Dyspnea, that's the brand name, and it would be really cool to wear an Australian designer to the Grammys when I'm nominated, so maybe that. The last dream I remembered, this is just a snippet, but there were sheep on a leash, dogs, there were 2 of them, and we were trying to get them to stand still and they were wearing jackets, but because the people in front of them kept moving forward, the sheep kept moving forward. Maybe the problem was they weren't on a leash and we're trying to get them to stay, but they wouldn't. That's all I can remember. Definitely Kanye and Travis Scott, for sure. The way Travis Scott kind of pioneered a lot of techniques reverse reverb, which is that's the name for when you hear before a vocal comes in, it's and then the thing comes in, and I do it at the beginning of my song Better rather than an intro. I just start with the reverse reverb. So in Australia we call it jam, okay, and strawberry jam or raspberry. A bumblebee. I really like boxing. I used to do boxing a lot, but I haven't done it in ages, but yeah, boxing. I guess Muhammad Ali, because I kind of only know about him. I know she's not a boxer, but Ronda Rousey is really inspiring. When she was doing her thing, I thought it was really cool because she was bringing judo to MMA. I think all of my songs are very different, so it's kind of hard to say, but I think all the lyrics are quite personal. That's the only thing they really have in common. Would I storm it? I'm too scared of the FBI and CIA. They would take my visa first of all, and I couldn't live in LA anymore. And aliens are real, I know that. I don't need to go into Area 51 to see it. It's a different process every time. Sometimes it starts with the words, sometimes it starts with the melody, and sometimes it starts with the instrumentation. But I don't overthink it. Yeah. The sense of humor is quite different, but I've kind of gotten used to that now. And also in Australia, when someone says thank you, you say you're welcome or my pleasure. But in America, especially in LA and New York, when you say thank you to somebody, they go, mm-hmm. And it's really, if you did that in Australia, you would get in trouble. It's really rude. In Australia, I think we have a pretty dry, dark sense of humor in a lot of ways, and the words that we use, you couldn't just say them here. People would be so offended, but it's endearing in Australia. When you call, I can't say it on camera, but it's endearing in Australia. That's how you talk to your friends. I think the only thing that matters to me is writing good songs. So I think as long as I stay focused on that, then it should be pretty easy. I would say that people don't tell you that there are jobs in music. People because most parents don't grow up in the music industry and they don't know people who have, and it seems like you only see the stereotypes of struggling artists, but it's a real job, and there are so many different jobs within the industry. I think especially in Australia there's a lot more support. Maybe it's trickier in America, but you can definitely turn it into a very well-paying job if you're good at it and business smart. It's all I've known. I think it's so novel that you have Christmas and winter here, because it's just normal to me. You go to a family friend's house or your cousin's house, you go swimming and you have a barbecue, and that's just the tradition. There are so many great artists in Australia. There's one band that's kind of starting to do well here, my friends Cub Sport. They're amazing. There's also a band called the Jungle Giants. They're incredible. Northeast Party House. My friend Golden Vessel, who produces some of my stuff, he's a really incredible producer. And Jack River is an Australian girl that's really good. And I really like Fortunes, but they're technically from New Zealand. But lots of recommendations for you.